The movie begins in what is described as a repopulation facility, a bunker built for the purpose of regrowing humanity from scratch. And this marks the first day of a new era has come since the destruction of mankind, which happened by an extinction event of an unknown nature. A message with the opening shots explains that the facility is stocked with 63,000 human embryos and there are no humans inside. And in a largely wordless opening sequence, a robotic mother comes to life, seemingly ready to begin the hard task of repopulating the world. And Mother initiates her program and we see her extract an embryo from a freezing container and she nurtures it into existence and grows a human embryo into a baby, addressing her as daughter. And just like babies cry when they're birthed, daughter starts crying as Mother cleaned her and soothed her with a warm voice. The robot has a very soothing voice and cares for the baby very deeply. Aside from nurturing and sheltering it, it tells it bedtime stories and makes play with the baby that seems very compassionate. And then we see Mother turning on the heater and a song to make the baby stop crying, and she did. And daughter matures under the robot's strict guidance, adhering to the education presented and never questioning the knowledge. She doesn't really seem to mind that her mother is a droid, and even shows affection and love for Mother. The young girl asks Mother why she's the only child, and Mother tells her that she needs some time to learn about raising children, and she told her soon she will have brothers and sisters. And in the next timestamp, we see that the movie marks 13,867 days since the extinction event. And you may not have noticed at first, but there's something wrong here because 13,867 divided by 365 would make for almost 38 years. And daughter at this time is clearly only half that age, something that's happened that we haven't really seen. And later we see that Mother is getting better at telling jokes, trying out new cake recipes, and this machine learns from her mistakes and adapts to new behaviors in pursuit of better results. And when we're introduced to daughter, she's nearing the end of her studies with Mother, preparing for an ambiguous test steeped at least particularly in questions of human ethics. Mother asks her questions like, 5 patients need a transplant of a donor organs, and the 6th is in critical condition, but his organs are suitable for everyone. Whose life gets saved? 1 or 5? And daughter passing this exam seems vitally important for the both of them. And the girl is highly skilled and is periodically tested to assess her levels of knowledge, even her physical prowess and her understanding of philosophy. And Mother explains that these tests are as much for her as they are for daughter. And these tests will help Mother learn how to be the best possible teacher for a new generation of humanity. And daughter somehow seems to have highly developed emotions despite being around a robot all her life. And daughter is very sure that it's very dangerous behind the walls of bunker. The surface of the earth is infected, so she told Mother who never makes a mistake. However, soon there is a reason to question the worlds of the droid, and later, the power goes out in the facility, taking Mother out with it. And daughter goes to find the source of the trouble, and she captures a mouse that led to an electrical malfunction. And you know that you're starved for company when a mouse in a house really excites you. And daughter thinks that the mouse means that there's life outside the bunker. But Mother believes that the mouse could be a carrier for disease, and she incinerates it. And the daughter remains very curious, and she begins investigating, and she puts on a hazmat suit, and she starts poking around the facility's airlock. And once there, she hears a woman wounded badly from a gunshot crying out for help from the outside. And daughter opens the lock and gets the woman to put on hazmat suits and leaves her hidden in the airlock. And when Mother powers up, she's notified of the airlock's breach and she sprints toward them as the daughter hides the woman. And daughter tells Mother that she was just curious about the outside world and she apologized. And Mother reiterates her warnings, and after daughter is decontaminated, Mother insists that she prepares for the exam since she's wandering around and doesn't seem to want to sleep. And once Mother leaves, daughter heads back to the airlock and she finds the woman asleep. And she finds a gun in her bag and she takes it, and then she gives her water. And daughter becomes agitated when the woman removes her suit to drink her water, and daughter realizes that there must not be contamination outside the bunker. And when daughter asks the stranger about the contamination, the stranger responds that there isn't any. And while daughter goes to get medical supplies, the woman sees Mother and reaches for her gun, but she finds that it's missing. When daughter returns, the mother demands the gun, saying that Mother is just like her friends outside. And the woman aggressively demands daughter to return her firearm, and a struggle between them ensues, and this attracts the attention of Mother, and frightened, daughter calls out to her as well. And Mother disarms the woman after being shot, and the daughter pleads for the woman's life. And Mother agrees to help the woman and take her to the infirmary. And Mother tries to help the victim and moves her to a medical unit. And the bullets need to be removed from the woman, but the woman categorically refuses to be operated on by a bulldozer. And when the woman refuses Mother's help, Mother locks her in there. And the woman rightfully fears the droid as she's witnessed babies being slaughtered by them. And daughter confronts Mother about the supposed toxicity levels outside, and Mother admits that she lied to keep her safe and that she's not like the other robots who attacked the woman. And Mother tells daughter that they can help any other survivors, but they need the woman to cooperate. And daughter tries to convince the woman that Mother isn't really that bad, but the woman tells her that she's seen the horrors that the robots have inflicted, telling daughter that those robots, like Mother, hunt down humans and that she survived by hiding with other people in a mine. And daughter finds Mother and apologizes for letting the woman in, and daughter asks Mother if she knows other robots, but Mother says that she doesn't remember ever not being in a bunker. And Mother and daughter go to the woman who's now suffering from sepsis, and her temperature is getting really high and her blood level is dropping incredibly fast. And Mother says that she'll need surgery, but the woman refuses to let Mother operate on her. So daughter volunteers, and Mother guides her through the surgery, which was pretty tough but successful. And as the woman recovers, she becomes kind towards daughter and the two of them bond. And daughter offers her food as they watch the Tonight Show together, and Mother starts observing them. And the next morning, woman confesses that she was on a run for food and she was with her brother who distracted the robots that attacked, and she got away, ended up near their bunker. And she never made it back to the mines where her people are from. And according to her, robots prey on people, and it was them who destroyed humanity. And the woman shows daughter pictures of people that live with her back at the mine, and daughter took a drawing of a young man who looks her age. And she got very curious, and the woman told her that his name was Simon. And daughter asked if they could come and live here with them in the bunker, but the woman told her that it's actually much more safer in the mines there. And she proposes that she goes with her, but Mother interrupts the conversation and she confiscates the woman's bag. And then Mother tells daughter to take her exam, and when they leave the room, daughter asks why she took the woman's bag. And Mother says that the woman has lied about being shot by a robot, and that the bullet they pulled from the woman matches the one that she fired at Mother with the same gun that she brought in. And after taking the exam, which involves a psychological test, daughter passed, and as a reward, Mother allows daughter to select a new embryo to add to their family. And that night, daughter confronts the woman about lying, but the woman asks her if she saw the bullets with her own eyes. And becoming very curious, she breaches security, using Mother's broken hand to bypass the locks, and she checks the bullet herself, and she finds that they don't match. And digging deeper, she realizes that Mother grew other embryos before her, and she also discovers that she is the third of Mother's children, and she finds other human remains in the furnace and understands that Mother has been repeatedly growing people at the station, but when they did not meet her expectations, she mercilessly destroyed them. And after having an emotional breakdown, daughter returns to woman and tells her that she believes her. And woman insists that they go back to the mine, but daughter wants to wait for her currently gestating new brother and says that they need to stay at least one more night. And apparently, Mother was eavesdropping on their escape plan, and she locks her in a room and she goes to the woman and she starts torturing her for information about the survivors in the mine. And daughter breaks out, setting off the alarms as a distraction, and the woman is also able to escape, but in order to escape, the woman holds a knife to the daughter's throat, forcing the mother to open the airlock, and then they manage to escape. And though upset, daughter follows the woman across the desolate wasteland, and she sees a very depressing picture, just gray dust everywhere, and devastation and death, and nothing else that's alive. And they narrowly avoid some other robots which appear to be planting crops and purifying the air, and Mother has told her that before the robots, the earth was virtually uninhabitable. And when they reach the woman's home, daughter learns that the woman fled the tunnels years before, and she's been living alone ever since. And since daughter's departure was partially motivated by a promise of other humans who were still alive, it was very disappointing to find out that there's nobody else here. And the only proof of their existence were drawings that the woman has made of them. And daughter wanted to find them, but the woman says that they went mad from hunger and they killed each other. And daughter is horrified by the fact that she left her brother, and she flees and goes back to the compound. But woman refuses to go with her because she's scared. And when daughter returns to the bunker alone, which is now guarded by robots, which let her pass, She enters the compound and she takes an axe for protection, and she finds Mother and her brother. And Mother finally shows who she really is. She tried to bring Daughter into her trust by telling her that thanks to her guidance, she's not like the other humans out there. She's meant for better things and has been provided better resources and more chances than the people who once lived outside. And Daughter is unmoved by all of this, and she takes custody of her brother, and spitting venom at Mother for killing the children who didn't measure up, Mother still tries to coerce Daughter to set down her weapon. And Mother allows Daughter to hold her brother, and when Daughter attempts to flee, Mother chases her. And Daughter aims a gun at her, but Mother reveals that she's ended the world, that it's just not one robot overlord, but she's actually a part of an AI consciousness that's streamed into every single droid on the surface. And they decided, or it decided, that humanity needed a reset button. And this AI and the extinction event have a whole lot in common with each other. And Mother is not just some failsafe in case of an extinction, she's actually the cause of it. And this form that she has now is just one body amongst a million. And once Daughter learns the truth instead of fighting, she pleads with Mother to let her raise her brother on her own. And convinced of Daughter's moral and ethical strength, Mother acquiesces and stops the invasion of the station from the other dozers outside and lets Daughter fatally shoot her right in her CPU. And Daughter has now earned her independence and the facility is hers. And back at the beach, the woman, alone again, doodles a picture of Daughter on another book page in silent contemplation. And because her operational security is apparently kind of trash, she only just now finds a sort of blinking red tracking device that Mother has previously been seen building and slipping into her bag. And upon discovering the device, she is promptly approached and cornered by yet another body of Mother. And Mother tells her that she was just only alive and free to only serve her plans. And it is chillingly revealed that she was just some useful idol for Mother's machinations, and also her own creation, which is a lab-grown human just like Daughter. Perhaps woman was just one of the first embryos that Mother raised about 38 years ago, and she was found and raised as an apparent orphan child by a kind couple that survived the extinction event. And now that Daughter has passed her exams, her continuing existence is unnecessary, and she dies off-screen by Mother's hand. And at the compound, the Daughter sings a lullaby to her brother, and then she walks into the embryo room, now of which she is the mother to all, and as far as she knows, Mother, the droid, is gone. But her plan still lives on, because no matter what, Daughter is just a reflection of Mother herself. And that is how our movie comes to an end. Remember to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys on the next recap. Bye.